Hi there, and welcome back to In My Hometown. We have a special show for you today. We have Jordan Heller back on the couch with us, back in the studio with Pascal and myself. And he's brought someone special today. He's brought his girlfriend, Emily Rooney, with him. And we are so excited to have you guys here and have a conversation with you. You have been here a couple times with us. And we love talking with you.
Thank you. Well, it's so great to be back here with my dear friends and bringing
with your
Emily,
mansion man,
with my mansion buddy, my Chicago pal,
and now
my compadre,
now your love. So
yes.
Hi, Emily.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
I was so pleased to meat you today, and I know that you've met Pascal and
many times.
Yes. So, and
she's a big fan of me.
Well, I mean, who isn't? Let's be honest.
That's why he likes me so much.
That's what I like.
Right.
And she likes me too. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I do have to say there was a collective sigh of I don't know if it was necessarily despair, but certainly, or maybe happiness for you, a collective happiness for you that you found love. But there have been a lot of women who are your fans and who wanted you to find love with them.
Of course. But that's sweet. Yeah,
it is sweet.
I'm sure in general they're happy, right? People are happy. Yeah, people are happy.
And you found that too, I'm sure. How did you guys meet? You're celebrating 1 year. Or you just did.
We just did. Yeah. I mean, I could talk about it a little bit.
Wait. We cannot get into this conversation without talking to you first about the Golden Bachelor.
Sure.
Wait, we almost forgot. Pascal, and you didn't remind me.
The season's almost been over for a while.
It has been, so it's not necessarily on our minds, but I know that our viewers and listeners would love to hear your take on it, Mel's decision with Peg.
It's been, believe it or not, it's been a year already since the show has been aired.
Yeah.
And then we still have a lot of people who are noticing us when we go anywhere.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know the show was that popular, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I went out this weekend into the art fair and every to song, oh, you the Bachelor, oh, we love you, we love you. It's very great. I mean, I'm really honored of that. But you have the same thing when you go out?
Absolutely. Maybe not to your level. I'm not sure. You're probably more recognizable than me. I don't know. But I still get it a lot.
Is my good look?
Yes, you're good looking. You got some more airtime than me. So I would say, yeah. But I mean, Emily could agree to that. We go out. I mean, if I'm out, I'll get recognized a lot for sure, without a doubt. And it's still really fun. It's never a problem. It's never been, an issue like where it's intrusive. Some interesting situations. I'm with someone and then someone will come up and say hi, like they know me. And Emily's like, well, who is that? I'm like, I don't know them. I'm like, they just must be a fan. You're like, really? Right. Like, yeah, you pretend you know them or you act like you know them. And like,
it seems like it's every woman. It's the woman who come up and said hello. There's no guys.
Yeah, no. Occasionally there's a guy that I know says hi to me all the time. And she's like, how do you know him? I'm like, I don't know him. He just...
I'm sure people feel like they do know you.
Yes,
because, especially with your season, it was a little longer. And people become invested.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And you see somebody that you recognize and you don't realize they're from TV. So they're like, how do I know you?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, it's happened a lot.
The teacher at my kid's school.
Right.
I heard you speak. And you're like,
no. Yeah, but it's fun, I bet.
It is fun. Like I said, we went to see the movie and the woman came out and saw us in the lobby and she came up to us and was talking. And they all were like, how do you know her? Because she mentioned Jewel. She goes, I got this. And I
told you about the blueberries.
Blueberries at Jewel.
Oh, gosh.
But that was a year ago. I did a post about blueberries. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah.
I love it. Well, we have told you've been on, like I said, on our show a couple times. And each time, a lot of comments for you in just people that really like you, have enjoyed
really
you.
Nice.
You're really authentic and real. And you have a real relationship with a lot of the guys too.
We're buddies with the guys, and that's been great. That's been great.
And it's a shared experience that not a lot of people have.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Mel?
Well, I think
his decision.
His decision. Well, first, we talked about Mel as being a little stiff.
Yeah.
And even going back to the final episode when Cindy, kind of left the show. He was emotionless. He basically, he barely blinked at it. And clearly he was meant to be with Peg, so that was better. But, and I saw that he said that had Peg decided to leave, that he would have gone after her. But he didn't go after Cindy. So I don't know if there's controversy there or not. But I think, since then they seem very happy, right?
Yeah, they do. She's posted up a ton.
They're trying to blow up their little social media presence. So I think, let them be happy. I mean, if it seems like they found their niche together, is what I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw all the social media, because obviously I follow Mel and I follow Peggy and I follow all those girls, it seemed like the leader is Peg. I mean, she's the one who's in front. She's the one who's
driving it.
So she's driving it because Mel is more in the back. He's not really talking much. I mean, that's his personality. Mel is a very quiet guy, but it seemed from what I talked to Peggy a couple of times, and she was going to throw an event in Vegas. And I asked her, I said, hey, slow down. I said, has the network before you do anything because you're going to get in trouble. She said, fuck the network. I said, you know what? It's not Jesus. You got to follow the rules. And then, unfortunately, we were not able to get that gathering. She wanted to put the first, second, and third season together in a gathering in Vegas and make like an event where people meet and that would have been very interesting, but the network didn't give them the permission.
Yeah, all the Goldens together.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? We were just talking about it right before. Speaking of all the Goldens together, Debbie Sievers just said that she would like to potentially be with you. I guess Bachelor Nation asked her a question and said, who would from past the Golden Bachelorette? Is that what the question was?
The past seasons, like who from our season?
And she called you out. She called you out. I think we have that. And she said Pascal's quite charming and handsome. So. You don't have to decide now.
No lies there. Huh? Charming and handsome. No lies spoken.
Well, that's right. She is very fit. She
I had
is
the chance
super,
to meet her when we were at
special.
the rose ceremony at the after party. I met her, and she's a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in shape. She's attractive. She's positive. I mean, I would love to have her in our show and see where this is lead.
Right.
Invite. You're invited.
It's a big exclusive today on the show.
Debbie,
I invited Peggy. Nicole just contacted me and wants to be part of our shows. I said, I will be talking to you and figure out what day we could. And again, we're going to have to ask the permission to the network to be able to have those shows. So.
Well, Debbie's content, I love following her. I don't know if you guys follow everyone. You can't follow everyone, but she has a lot of just very, inspirational type of content, which is again very authentic
spiritual.
to her.
She's very spiritual. Yeah. She's down to earth.
She's going to find someone. If it's not you, it's going to be someone else. But speaking of all the Goldens together, I do think there's probably opportunity. I mean, wasn't there something with CK and
Monica? I think CK and Monica are doing very well.
It's a season crossover that it's going to be working right now.
It would have been. I think Peggy's ideas of having a reunion like we did in Vegas with the 14 of The Bachelor from Jones' season, we had a wonderful time. I think it would have been nice to be able to put the first, second, and third season together and have a mingle.
Right. Maybe that'll happen.
Whatever happened is just to. I mean, remember, we're part of a movement now. Like it's
a community.
It's not a movement. I don't know how to call it. It's like a reunion. It's like we're part of a special thing with the Golden Bachelor, and I think it would have been nice to have that, but. Again, the network felt like that was not the right times and the right place.
Well, I think the network could take it over and the network could do it. Bring us all together, film it, and see what comes out of it.
Great. We pitched
like a little hour special.
I'm curious, Emily, did you watch the show, The Golden Bachelor, with Jordan?
So I had started to watch it. I was a few episodes behind when we met. But my dad and stepmom were watching it as well. And so that's kind of like why I was excited to take a picture with him. Part of the reason is that I wanted to show my parents. Yes, I was watching it. But when we met, I wasn't sure what had all happened yet because I was a couple episodes. Sometimes you're like, oh, I missed this one. Now I missed another one. So I needed to catch up.
It was during the season. She's very busy during the season.
It was during the season. And then, so when we went out for the first time, I was like, I got to watch. So I fast forwarded and just watched the part that he was on.
Right.
You didn't watch me?
Well, I watched the season up until I think the last one I missed. I didn't see Hometown, so I watched like his hometown before we went out.
Yeah, which is also his hometown.
Did you watch this new season of The Golden Bachelor?
Yes, well, I watched probably half the episodes with Jordan.
Okay,
yeah,
this one, yeah. And so it
was fun. Honestly, it was fun because I was thinking like, okay, if Jordan was the Bachelor, like who would he have picked, or like would they have liked? So I was kind of like watching it with a different perspective.
Would have been a very different show.
Yeah.
We know.
I think it would have been a little bit more exciting.
A little bit more exciting.
It's just the fun. I know you. I hang with you. You lot of fun. You're
Yeah.
funny. You get great sense of humor.
So, but what about the idea of golden? Because there is a bit of an age difference here.
What?
We didn't know.
So when you first saw him, were you thinking that this could be something?
Well, it was funny because I'm sure you've heard this from other people too, but, and whenever like I talk to my friends or family about it too, we're all like, he seemed younger than everyone else on the show.
Sorry,
like,
Pascal.
like,
I don't see it now. I know it's just like, okay.
when I remember watching the show, I was like, that guy doesn't fit. He seems too young to be on the show. And like other people have said that as well.
Jared, like the comedian made a shtick about that.
Oh yeah, he's like you were like a
six,
yeah.
putting on a 60-year-old man's face and
pretending to be old.
Pretending to be old.
Isn't that the whole thing? We get so many comments about that is this really golden and what golden is? And maybe it's just also, it's just redefining what these ages are. I don't know. I used to think of golden as much older.
Well, even the golden, I think we talked about it last time, or years ago, the golden girls, but they were like in their 40s actually in real life.
Yes, they were.
Crazy
right.
like that.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's go back a little bit backward.
Yeah.
How do they met?
Oh yeah.
Okay? So because I want
Give credit.
I want credit for that. Okay. So,
Okay. How did you guys?
So I'm going to tell you my version of how
Love
they
it.
met.
Okay, I love this.
We had a very dear friend, Gil from California, who was going through some difficult time, and I invited him to come to Chicago. So he came and stayed with me, and I said to him, when you're in Chicago, what would you like to do? He said, I wouldn't mind see a Bear game.
Oh yeah.
I said, okay, that could make this happen. Okay, I mean, I'm not a Bear fan. I'm not a football fan.
like
Forget
Bear.
about- I'm not a football fan. This is not the thing I do. So I said, I could get you So I got a couple tickets, and I knew a friend of mine, Aaron, okay, who could get me the field pass, like you go in the field. So I said, okay, I got you 2 tickets. I got the field pass. I said, oh, great. And I look at him and say, I'm really not a Bear fan. So I said, man, I think, why don't I give the ticket to Jordan and let Jordan go with you, and I'll pick you up after for dinner. I'm good with dinner, but I don't want to sit to the Bear. So he said, okay, great. So I called Jordan. I said, Jordan, you got a ticket. There you go. And then that's how they met. So I take credit for that.
You do get 100
Because
credit.
if it didn't happen, you see the road. If it didn't, he wouldn't have met him.
Does anything happen without you being part of it?
I'm the rainmaker.
Well, what's interesting is we only live a couple blocks apart. So, but we didn't meet in real life.
Okay.
So what happened, I walked on the field with Gil. And
I think we have a picture.
we do. There's a picture.
Picture of the moment.
This is the picture that we met with Gil, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy how that. So that's the first time we'd met. And what was interesting about that is now having known Emily for a year, and knowing how she works at the Bear games, the fact that she even took your picture with me is just. Wow. I said that, like, what made you take a picture? Because she doesn't do that. Like, she's very serious.
And
yeah. Well, I think part of it was that I wanted to show my parents the picture. And the other part was, so I was down on the field with like a Make-A-Wish family type of experience. And the mom, Heather, shout out Heather, she earlier that day or yesterday, we had spent the weekend together with her son. And she said, I'm going to find you a husband. And I was like, okay. She's like, I've already had 2 marriages that I've put together.
Wow.
So we saw them across the field, and she's like, we got to go take a picture with them. And so we did. I mean, you had asked my friend, like, will you take our picture? And so it was like the perfect opening. She's like, go in there. So I was like, can I take a picture with you guys? And then will you tell what she said to you?
What did she say to me?
She's like, she's single.
Oh yeah, she's like, she's single, and I'm like, look, you saw that picture. She's like, really cute on the field with the bear jacket, a tall, pretty blonde, and I said, hey, message me, send me that pic,
Yeah,
message
send me that
me,
pic.
send me that pic.
Yeah.
That's a good subtle
So
way.
after the
Yes.
game, Jordan come up and said, Pascal, I owe you. I thank you. You know what? I found the love of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, you got to kill me. Are you serious? No. I found the love of my life.
Right. So what was that? So did you message what happened next? We need all the details.
So I sent him the picture on Instagram, that night, yeah. And I had told my coworkers, they're like, you got to send it right away. And so I sent it, and you guys were at dinner or something. So he replied a couple hours later and said, like, oh, that game was we lost.
It was a terrible game, by the way.
And he said,
New
the
England.
best part was meeting you, or something cute like that.
Yes, I love that.
And then
He's got some game.
Oh
I
yeah,
little
he's
bit.
so sweet. And so then we talked for a couple days, and we ended up meeting up the following Sunday after the Packer game at Timothy O'Toole's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
for
was
the first
actually
time.
seeing someone at the time, though. Wasn't I?
Wait.
News to me.
No,
He
it
was,
wasn't.
he was, no. He wasn't. He was on a dating scene.
Okay.
Which is a big difference being seeing
like-
someone and being on the
No,
dating.
no, I
Well,
was just
my
like
daughter said talking to. Were you talking to
talking
someone?
to.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, this.
Well, he did say, so we went out like 4 of the next 5 days.
Yeah.
We spent, and one of the
After
dates
we
that
first,
we went
after
on,
we first went out.
yeah, one of those dates, he said, I had tickets. I was going to go with this other girl to this thing, but do you want to go
My
with me?
ex-girlfriend.
I was like,
Yeah.
why did you? He's like, why did I tell you? I'm like,
Yeah.
you could have just said you had tickets.
Right.
But he's smooth. Johnny.
I know.
I
That-
mean,
well,
I'm
he's
an
got-
open book. I just had to reveal it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but when we first met in person, like not on the field, but when
Yes.
we first had drinks,
Yes.
there was just something. I think for both of us, it was like we clicked. We felt natural. It was fun. We laughed. It was just really felt something different. You know?
Yeah.
So then we went out like 4 of the next 5 nights.
Yeah, it's true. I was saying, some of my coworkers were like, you got to go out with that guy from the show. Like, you got to have a good story or something.
Right.
So we went out, and the next day at work, they were like, how was it? I'm like, you guys, it was really good. And they're like, seriously? I'm like, yes, we lost track of time. We laughed.
Yeah,
He was
we
like,
did.
he missed something that he had scheduled because we were just having such a good time. Like, we were on our energy just like really matched.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
so,
You know what? I had the chance to go out with you a couple times during the time, and I will have to say that there is a good energy between the two of you.
Yeah. We've got.
I could feel that there is a genuine, and you make a nice couple. And
Thank you.
I could see there is happiness there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's been really, listen, it's not a straight ride, you know, after the show, you know, there was this talk of maybe, we didn't know who was going to be the next Golden Bachelor, and I still in the back of my head was thinking, well, you know, how can I get in this relationship? Maybe I'm going to be the next Golden Bachelor, not that I necessarily want it, but maybe I want to be asked to be the next Golden,
Right.
you know, that's kind of what the
And
game
then
we were playing.
Paradise.
And then Paradise, Bachelor in Paradise as well. So we had some challenges. It was not a straight road of pure happiness, but you know, like any couple, like any relationships goes through ups and downs.
yeah, I mean, I can see just being with you guys. There's just such a nice energy.
Yeah.
Comfort.
Oh, we're the best.
And
We're the
so,
best.
I know,
the
but
best.
just give yourself some
we're the
pats
best.
on the back.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, you.
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, so you had a sense for him because you'd watched him a little bit. Was he very different in person than what you thought in your head?
He's really funny, and I think you guys have
Well, they didn't
gotten to
show
see that.
Yeah, they didn't
So
show that on
you
the
were
show.
saying that I
which was the
didn't
fun.
know
Yeah, you
from
didn't
the
know.
show.
Yeah, they didn't.
He's really funny, and so like, although he's older than I am, there's still like he gets
Crossover.
like the cultural references, like, and we joke about
Because
that
I'm a child, right? So
I'll say things. I'm like, do you know what
meet in
that's
the
from?
middle.
yeah,
like-
it bothers me. She's like, "Do you know it?" I'm like, "Yes, I know." I'm like,
well, let's
you know,
talk.
Father
Let's talk more
Time.
about that. So there is
Yeah.
what is the age difference, by the way?
20
Well,
years?
I'll be 40 in April.
Okay, so you could do the math.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's,
Okay.
22 years difference?
yeah.
Okay. So, you're in good company. We were talking, Pascal has loves to actually talk a little bit about celebrities and of course the age differences there.
Yeah,
We've
there's
got
good ones.
some pictures up. So you're in good company. You've got Sylvester Stallone and his wife, Jennifer Flavin.
looks like
and I
us.
think
There
that
you go.
one, I wrote that one down because
There
I
is like
couldn't remember
30,
the age difference.
30 years difference between the two
I think
of them?
so, yeah.
I mean, every picture we're going to show
She's
you right
stunning.
now, most of
You
them
look a
are
little like
between 25 to 30 years
Yeah.
difference. So, and it
Then we have
seems-
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere is
He's 75 and she's 42.
Yes,
So there's
yeah.
33.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we had Eddie Murphy and his wife. He's 63 and she's 44. So 19 years there. Michael Douglas, of course, we all know it. He's with Catherine Zeta-Jones. They have a 25-year age difference.
Okay.
And then I think our last one's Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart.
They're still
Oh,
together.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
and they're
Yeah.
20. They're actually 22
I
years
like
difference, and they are
Yes,
super in
but you know
love.
what? Something
there's so
interesting
many.
when I did some research,
Yes.
because I knew that you were coming, and I know that we were going to talk a little bit about the age difference and where you at and where she's at, and I realized that most men, okay, on what I've my research was men are dating much younger. And there is 3 women actually, okay, which is Madonna, who dated a much younger man, Cher, who was dating much younger man, and Debbie Moore, who was dating much younger man. And all the research I've done, those are the 3 women basically who are dating men who are under 20, 25 years, difference between them. But most of them, it seems like men are dating much younger women.
Yeah.
It's
I'd love to know where you're doing your research. This is Google. This is Google research. Did you go to the library and get on the microfiche?
No, I call Alexa.
Okay.
Could you tell me? Okay. Cyrus,
ChatGPT.
could you tell me?
ChatGPT.
And I go ChatGPT.
Okay, I'm
Could you
just
tell me?
joking
Yeah,
around,
I
but
know.
that's good research. So, I mean, certainly, I think it's an age-old thing where men do want younger women. I mean, even our Golden Bachelor, Mel, was
Yeah, I mentioned
famously
that.
on a podcast saying that he would only date women under. Did he say under
45 to
50?
60.
45 to 60. He said he
Cut them off after
Right.
60.
Yeah, cut
So
them
I
off
just
at the
think
60.
that's part of culture, and women dating younger men, they're called cougars, and they're sort of,
Yeah.
it's not as accepted maybe. I don't know.
I think it's becoming more accepted for sure.
Yeah, it's more accepted. I mean,
Yes.
when I was younger, I used to date women who were 10 years older than me. You know, I wanted to learn. I wanted to have experience. That's how I got my experience.
And now
Dated
it's
older
only 10
women.
years younger.
Now that I got the experience, I'm dating 10
Right.
or 15 years younger.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I'm a teacher now.
No,
you
no,
know?
you're a teacher.
Oh, my
But my thought on it is like I didn't know how old she was honestly when it
Yes.
started, and in fact I asked her like maybe on the second or third
On our
date how
ping
old.
pong date.
Yeah, our ping pong date, how
Ooh,
old she
yeah,
was.
you're such a
I'm a
paddle.
ping pong guy.
Right.
Yeah, so
Where's my-
you know I didn't. It's hard to tell. Really. I didn't know. I mean, she maybe knew in the age of range what I was, how old I
Yeah.
was, and I would say.
But you knew she was young.
I mean, I knew she was younger. I just didn't know how she was.
Okay.
The age gap thing is not between when it's just us. I don't think it's really a problem at all.
Right.
It only maybe gets a little weird when family or friends that are different ages. Then you can kind of feel the difference a little bit, you know, because I have kids that are a little older.
Yes.
And then, you know, parents, right? That's the only thing that are.
So when you go out
Yeah.
with Emily's friend, which I believe that Emily, her friends are in the 30s, mid 30s, okay? And then you go in out with Jordan. Has Jordan is accepted to you friends?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I know then what are you bringing that old guy? I mean,
Yeah.
love you, Jordan.
No,
You
no,
know,
I
okay.
feel the same way.
Yeah,
I
you bring in
understand.
that guy. I mean, there is still 3-decade difference between you, friend, and Jordan. So how do you, friend, feel when you bring Jordan around? And Jordan, how do you, friend, feel, which are my group age, okay, when you bring Emily around? You, Emily, do you feel like the conversation are a little bit different because we have 3 decades or 2 decades? I would like to hear both of your opinion on that.
I would say not really. Like when Jordan comes around, I feel like my friends first and foremost, they see how like happy I am and how we interact together. And like we were just with one of my best friends last night and her fiance, and she texted me like, "You guys are like, we love being around. You guys are so sweet together." So I think like my friends first and foremost like see that, and then they also like get to know Jordan, and they're like, he's funny, he's sweet, like he's like goofy, like his funny tendencies. Like my sister, she doesn't know, or you don't even know this story yet. She's like, is he always kind of like losing things and stuff? And I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Oh, is that one
He
of his
is.
things?
Yes, his daughters told me, and I didn't know there was a name for this.
Well, they made it up. It's
He
their own
has
made up name.
loose paper syndrome, which I'm like loose everything syndrome.
I should maybe coin that phrase because it's true.
I'm like, why is your key fob under the toilet? like why is your passport in
I
the
don't
sink?
know. Stop. Okay, stop it. No, but like I have, I'll
Don't
go.
stop. We love hearing all
I'll
of
drive through and get to pull the ticket for a parking thing, and I go, "Where is that ticket?"
God,
Where did that ticket go?
Completely
That's
lie.
age.
Yeah. No, I've had my whole life. I'm like, my attention to detail is
the
like,
lost memory.
I'm like, I don't know where that is. I'm like,
Yeah.
right. But so
my
your
ki- so my
friends
friends-
don't really see it because he has this young
Yeah,
vibe. You really
yeah.
do give off a young
that's
vibe.
thank you.
We
That's
play.
sweet.
He's like we play
we
sports
play.
together.
I play sports with
Everything
young
we
guys.
do
I play
together.
sports. We
Are you
play
a big
sports together.
pickle person like Jordan?
Well,
You've touched on a hot topic.
Okay.
I'm learning pickleball. I really like it. I think that I'm better than I am at pickleball. I hope Jamie's watching.
That's so funny.
She'll laugh. so yes, I enjoy playing. I'm not as good as he is.
Okay.
Um,
Well, he plays all the time.
Well,
He's
that's
a
better.
professional.
No,
He's got a
I'm
league
not a
now going
professional.
on.
Yeah, we have a league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
professional.
And-
But it's caused one
And
of the.
you, Jordan, how do you feel about when you bring her around your friend?
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah,
Well, like I said, I think it's been, my friends think Emily's just like how you see her. She's sweet she's sweet, she's nice, she's smart, she's sharp, she's funny. So, I mean, my friends are
Right.
love being
They're
around
like,
here.
you
It's
won the
true.
jackpot.
Yes, they're
buddy.
like,
you won the Golden Bachelor.
Everyone's like, what did she say in you? I'm like, I don't know the answer to that, but
So now I got a very interesting question
Yeah.
for you. Emily is 40.
not quite yet.
Not
Oh,
quite yet.
okay,
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 so
yeah.
I'm said in 30s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
late 30s, let's put it that way.
have a few months.
How do you feel about children? How do you feel about marriage? Where are you with that? I know Jordan and I have
we know this question.
Pascal,
I know that. I know that Jordan.
This is
and
not
I-
on the question
No.
list.
I just want to touch that because
I
I think
gave
Jordan
them a
and I
couple
had a
questions.
little conversation about that, and so I would like to know where you stand in that because you seem like from what I've seen now for the last year, and I had a chance to spend a lot of time with you. Then you're very compatible, okay, regardless the age, but. You have to be realistic. Then she's in the late 30s. I don't know where she stands with children. I don't know where you stand with marriage. So, tell me your side. Where do you see
Do
yourself?
you want me to answer that?
you
or-
answer.
And then I want you to answer.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to answer.
I would say like we have so much fun together, and we've like talked about like marriage in the future, but not anything where like we're like we have like this has to happen or we need to do it by this time, or even in general. Like I think we're both just like where we're at is really good, and we don't want to mess with it. But we also like we talk about the future. We talk about things that we want to do later on, and kids. I feel like whatever God's plan is there. I think I don't want to say that I don't want to have kids, but I am not like knocking on his door every day being like,
Let's have a baby.
let's have a baby.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of didn't really give a hard answer either way, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that her answer was on the money. People talk. Even my kids have asked me about it. So, and I said, we're not there yet to talk about are we getting married. Things have been going great, and there's probably one point where I thought I would never get married again, but now this has changed. So
Yeah. And I think that's really good and consistent with, I think culturally, it does seem like, again, I don't know if you did more research on,
I did a lot of
on some of the
research. I do a lot of
the
research.
marriage stats. I think that they're down.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
down.
but the challenge will become, and again,
saying that you're not going to.
based on my experience and dating, I'm when we reach a certain age and we dating a woman, who's, like if I take you example, okay, there is 22 years difference, and then you add 10 years to that. Now you're 72 years old, and she's,
gonna be.
So I think right now, as you get older, the gap become much deeper. Okay?
Thank you for
And-
working from my
know,
side
like,
right here.
No. I'm working on your side. But again, there is the young 72 and there is the old 72. As we know, we've seen that.
Yeah, even friends my age, some of them are old. And
Exactly.
Some of them are young.
I look at guys who are 65 years old and they think they're 100 years old.
Yeah,
and you look at
100%.
women who are 40 years old
Right.
who look like they're 65 years
Yeah.
old.
I think
So-
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro just had babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and you get a few $100 million.
Am I
in the
not in
bank,
that category? With those
Yeah.
guys?
You
What do
you
mean?
could have 20 babies. Look at
Right.
Mick
We got the red
Jagger's got
light.
a
Right.
baby.
We got the red
Right.
light.
So I just think
true.
that the concern I have for me, and I'm not
Yes.
talking on behalf
Right.
of Jordan and Emily,
Just
my
in general.
concern for me, then if I date somebody who's about 25 years younger than me, is she going to be changing my diaper in the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she understanding what she's getting into that relationship? Because age is a number, I agree, but age is real. And then when you reach the 70, the 80, the 85, and you get a woman like, I look at Johnny Depp and his girlfriend's 28 years old. Does he wake up in the morning and take her to school?
Right.
Okay. Does he do his homework with
Yeah.
her? You got to be realistic. So I think, to me, I'm speaking on my behalf. I think the gauge difference between me and my partner has to be a respectable number where I could grow with her and age with her.
Yeah, I
versus-
think that's a hard thing because, do you live for the now and the happiness that you are now and where that is? Or do you think about the future? Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, I think you can talk because I've tried to dissuade her from me. I'm saying you like 10 years, I'm going to be this, and you have a good answer for that, I think.
Well, I don't even know what my answer is,
But your answer was like, I'm happy.
And I mean, I think to your point, Jamie, that's something that I do think about, and we do think about because that what you said, Pascal, is true. Like, when he's 90, like, God willing, we get to that point. And so I think that is exactly, it's just like, none of us are promised tomorrow anyway.
Right.
And there's so much like death this year. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to give up like the best guy I've ever been with because in 20 years he's going to be 82. Yeah. It's like, well, so I can sit by myself and be like alone and because of who knows what's going to happen. Like I could, like we've talked about that too. Like I'll say I'm gonna have to change your diaper, and it's like he could have to change my diaper. Like who knows? Like
we don't know whose diaper is gonna get changed.
We don't know which of our diapers
we don't know necessarily.
We know a diaper will get changed.
Someone's diaper will be Someone's diaper will be moving.
I think that's like what to your point, like
Yeah,
you just gotta
the here and now.
We're here.
But I think in the age where we are, you and I, Jordan, I think we want a security. We want to be with somebody. We want a lifetime partner. We don't want to go out and date and go on the website and go to the motion. I think it is important to find a partner. The age for me, I think that's a little bit challenging because I'm a little bit older than you.
Tiny bit.
Okay,
you look better
and when I meet someone who was like in Emily's age, and they're too young for me because I think they want something different than I want. I'm at the stage where I want to travel. I'm free. I'm semi-retired, and I want somebody who's in the same level. Like Emily's got a business. She's working, and she's working hard at it. Okay, so to me, I want to be able to say, "Hey, Emily, let's get out of here. Let's go to China for 2 weeks."
Right.
That's
and that's you personally versus what.
And like I said, we've actually talked about, we've kind of gone through it about what's, the situation, what's happening between us and time. And I think we have a good grasp of it. And we're not just pretending that the age gap isn't real. We know it's real. And I think we're handling it in a respectful way. Like I said, we're living in the now, but we understand that there's outside forces and
it's nice to live in the now, but there is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I love. I'm the kind of guy who live the moment.
Yeah,
I think we're trying to be...
No. I mean, I'm just trying to understand because I'm in that situation.
Yeah, no,
but you aren't. I guess where the way I see it is you're not in that exact situation. I think that it's age difference, but it's where people are in their lives and what they want. You have said you do not want anyone who has younger kids, or you wouldn't ever consider having another one. I mean, maybe that's different. So I think that that comes into play.
I mean, I think when you said I don't want any more children. That's for sure. The factory has been closed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, my kids are gone. I'm free. I wouldn't mind having a woman who has a younger children, no baby, no toddlers.
Okay.
But if they have like 10, 12, 14 years old,
those are still young kids, though.
Yeah, but that's they're manageable. They're understanding. They could change.
They still have school and
I don't need to take
activities.
I don't need to change their diaper. I don't need to put the stroller and the car seat in the car. I think that's
physically it's not as physically demanding, but I would tell you there's a lot of other demands.
I'm very nutritious. I mean, I'm like you said, very nurturing.
Nurturing. I don't know. Okay.
I'm very nurturing. I love children. I mean, if you see the way I deal with my children, they're like my best friend. So I don't mind that, but. I know that it will be a challenge for that. And the type of women I like are more in the 50s,
Yes.
That's
that are past some some of that, right?
Yeah.
I did see Sienna Miller. I don't know if you know this actress. She is 43. She's pregnant now.
Oh.
And she was out in like a sheer dress with her baby bump looking really good. And again, 43, you wouldn't necessarily... You think a 23-year-old or 26.
No,
That's what I'm saying, the whole redefining of our age. And
right.
I do love it.
You know,
And
I
that- we're
remember
gonna be
in
the-
my
yeah.
time, I mean, my parents, they were married at 18, 19 years old,
Yeah.
and then the generation later went 20, 23 years old. If you weren't married at 25, oh my God, you got a problem. Now, nobody's getting married until the mid-late 30s, and they don't have baby until the early 40s.
Right.
You know,
I want to go back to what you said, Emily, which is, if you've been out in the dating scene for a while, and so I suppose you've probably had some relationships and things, but if you find someone, you know how hard that is. And so I get that idea. You don't just want to give him up because he might be
Yeah,
a
because
couple
that might
years
be a
old.
few
Because
years older.
Right. Or, and again, that doesn't matter now because where you are, but maybe thinking about later, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it is
Like,
because
yeah,
then
it
you're
is.
like, is it something that, how have I kind of changed what I'm looking for or what I like and love about a relationship than before I met Jordan, like what I was looking for and what I valued. But I think, and we were talking about this earlier the other day about like what it is that we love about each
Yes.
other
I was gonna
and
ask
what makes it like different. And I said, well, I've never dated anyone older than me. So I don't know if it's you or if it's just that it comes with age, just like how he treats me. And I think it's just who he is, I would hope.
Some of it. maybe.
Yeah. So I
And
think
just learning, Emily was, she was really open. Also, we were both really open when we talked early on. And I think with things that she's interested in a relationship and how she feels like she needs, whatever reinforcement or how the love language is.
Yeah.
And it really kind of resonated with both of us. Like it just was a fit, and it felt really comfortable. And
when you have a conversation, because, you have 2 decade difference, okay?
Yeah.
And, 2
it keeps
decades.
going back.
No, I mean, look, I got
We do,
2.5
yeah.
decades.
No, we're just messing with you. It's
I'm
just
trying
fun.
to our
He's trying
audience to understand a little bit about the age difference is really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's how you the compatibility of 2 person.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to be realistic. That when there is a 2 decade difference, you have lived certain things. Could you relate to the same thing when Jordan said something about you about in the past? Could you relate to where, if I said to you, hey, have you been to Faces, the nightclub? You wouldn't even know where Faces is. Am I right?
right. I don't know
Okay.
what that is.
Have you heard about this? You probably won't hear because I've lived longer than you and I've experienced that. So is the conversation between the two of you on certain subject, politics or a lifestyle or traveling, dining, whatever, do you feel like you connect together or do you feel like there is a gap between the two of you? And that's what I want the people to know. Then it's not just about age, it's about the compatibility of the 2 person. Do you agree with me, Jamie?
Agree.
You see, I like when you agree with
I know.
me.
I'm giving you positive nods, reinforcement.
I don't. I mean, there's some things like with like words,
Yeah.
like
Some word
like a word from.
I'll make a
He'll
like
say
a
something,
an old saying or something, and she's like, "What? What?"
Yeah,
did you
like
say?"
I've never heard that word
Right.
before. And he's like, "What? How do you never heard this word?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "You read so many books." So,
Yeah.
but it's like to your question about like differences, and I would say no, I haven't.
Yeah.
There hasn't been.
I mean, just occasionally, really.
Yeah.
I think, she got me onto these puzzles. We do like word puzzles and all sorts of different puzzles. And occasionally, like she'll get something that I won't get, and I will get something she won't get because our knowledge base is a little different, it's a little off. But to your point, there really hasn't been this great gap of understanding. So like the things that I know, she's well read and learned. She's been around. There's no gap of she doesn't know things or I don't know things. I can't relate. I have kids, so I relate to younger things. And
you are like just younger. Like he knows how to.
I'm kind of down with the program.
Like he knows how to use technology
and
apps
pop culture.
and
I'm
things like
around.
that.
It's not like
Use the iPad, but he knows how to use it.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
But
just.
the thing also I notice is if you take a woman of 40 years old today,
Yes.
and you take a woman 40 years old 20 years ago, they're completely different. I think the women of 40 years old today are much wiser, much more knowledgeable because of the social media, because of the internet, because access to TVs and news and stuff like that. So I think to me the age is not really much of a challenge because of the opportunity they have. If you would have been sitting here 20 years ago, and Emily was 40 and you were 60, I say there will be a big gap difference because there is not that access. So I think we cannot compare the age today as yesterday.
Well, plus just the culturally, she's making dinner for me when I'm coming home from work, but now I make dinner for her. So I mean, there's a whole different thing like that.
Sweet.
So it's just the roles have changed. Things have evolved. It's.
I don't know. I would have taken her for dinner.
Oh yeah, you would. You
Jordan's the best cook.
Really, what's your go-to
Yes.
meal?
I mean,
make anything.
love it.
I can make a lot of different things.
Okay.
But I mean, she's giving me a lot of credit. I'd like to think that I'm a good cook, but she doesn't cook. So whenever I make something, she's like, "Oh, this is amazing." I go just because the fact that it's homemade. And
Right. Well, you
Put together anything.
I do have a good flair. I'll say
Yes.
that about myself.
love
I
that.
do.
I
So
made
what
chicken
kind of
enchiladas.
food do you like to cook?
Yum.
Well, I mean, I
Whatever,
know
whether
that
it's salads
in
or
the
whether-
nation, you cook sometime, and I happened to be on the one-on-one date with John.
Oh, you didn't. You missed my. I
They
cooked
said,
a
oh my
pasta
God,
dinner.
you missed Jordan meal. And I asked you to save me sometime, and you didn't.
I think I did.
No, you didn't.
Didn't?
I can't remember.
Somebody
I was
probably went in
hungry,
there and
was not-
snarfed
Yeah. And then what the best part was, and I think we talked about that. I was making avocado toast in the morning at the mansion, and Pascal, and I took up the avocado and I clopped and I turned it, and he was staring at me like, "What is that?" I've never seen me take an avocado pit out
No,
before.
because you know what?
I've
When
never.
I got an avocado,
Where
I've
have you
tried
been?
to peel up the avocado.
Really?
And by the time I peel up the
Yeah,
avocado,
he's staring at me. I'm like,
I got all the avocado out and I got the peel with it. So he come up and he took the knife, he slapped it in the bowl, the avocado.
All right, and then you
he
turn
twisted
it.
it
Yeah, of
around.
course, everyone
and he was
knows that.
stunned. He was stunned
I
at
was
that.
stunned. I said, wow.
Yeah.
That's how you do avocado. So then after that, I stick by Jordan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
Wait.
thinks
Right.
the age gap's
Every
the issue.
morning.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think that's another gap. It's
Right.
not age, but it is
Not age.
another gap. That
No, but I
you have.
never cook really.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
got a little taste of cooking at the mansion. We had to all make our own food.
But
mostly.
Mark was making food for
Mark
me.
made dinners,
Yeah, Mark
breakfast.
was making dinner.
But
you were
breakfast, you were making a little something for yourself.
No,
No.
Mark was making me.
Oh well, yeah. I didn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't that lucky.
That's why I was hanging with Mark.
Yeah, I like to make my own. Food.
I think I don't cook. I watch a lot of TikToks now on cooking, and I've been making so many things because it's so
good.
easy
Yeah.
to watch these videos
Yeah.
and then make something.
You inspired and then
Yeah.
you save
Well, she asked me like, "How did you know how to do that?" I go, "I kind of know what I like, and I just mix it around and figure out, taste it, and like, oh, this needs this." It's just kind of something that's innate, maybe.
Would you rather stay at home and eat, or do you guys like to go out?
I think
I
both.
think both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do both.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, not to keep saying how good of a
What?
cook he is, but like we'll have nothing in the house and he'll be like, oh, and he'll like take things and it'll be, I'm like, this is the best scrambled eggs I've
Yeah.
ever had.
That's great.
And
Like, it's like an
so
episode of Chopped. I'll go, oh, let's use this.
he
Let's
can
use
do
this.
that.
And
But we
it
do,
turns
yeah,
out-
we do like going out to restaurants as well. We have like,
Yeah, we've had some.
we have our
Any
favorite.
places you wanted to mention?
Oh my gosh, Robert's Pizza.
Well, she's like the biggest fan of Robert's.
Pizza?
I love Robert's
Because
I don't know
gluten-free
that.
pizza
What is
Oh,
pizza?
okay.
It's in Streeterville.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a
Oh,
huge
I've
fan.
been there.
I have
Yeah,
not
yeah.
been
On the water. Yeah, we ate there, I
We
think,
ate
after the
there,
game. Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Yeah, so they have the best gluten-free pizza. Oh, so good. I would go there every day.
It's like my son said that I'm coming home, I'm going to make dinner. I said, great, my son, I love you. He comes home, he opened the fridge. He said, Dad, this is expired, this is expired, this is
Wow.
expired, this is expired. And he emptied the fridge. He said,
Right.
okay, now we have nothing, let's go out for dinner.
Right.
Well, that's so funny. So, Emily had a bunch of things too. And first of all, she's coming over. I was going to make her something. She's like, well, I have that. So she brought them over and expired. Like she gave me a stick of butter,
that too.
and I unwrapped the butter, and the wrapper was like making its way through the butter, like just the color of it. I'm like, I don't know how old this butter
Does
is.
butter go?
Yes, this was
I don't never
it
knew
was
that.
like a year and a half
This is
old
that
butter.
much butter.
Yes.
I never knew egg expire.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Egg.
got eggs.
Oh,
but
I
did
guess I
know that
never knew
one.
Oh,
that
that's-
either.
So I
thought
did the same thing. I went to her fridge and I'm like, this is all has to go.
Yes.
All has to go.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to get a list of things that expire that I'm
Oh yeah,
to
well,
get rid of.
you
Okay.
know that it was expired.
So you were working. We mentioned that you guys met on the field,
Mm-hmm.
the actual field of the Chicago Bears, Soldier Field, where the Chicago Bears play, and you work for the Chicago Bears, and you have a background in sports. So how does that play into this relationship? And tell us a little bit about what you do too.
Yeah, it's super fun. So I played volleyball in college, And I played Division I volleyball, but Jordan would be like, I was the intramural champion at Iowa.
Intramural.
But Jordan was the leg champion.
Also, yes, thank you.
Was it-
You.
now,
Mr. Legs.
Tell me, you were the leg champion or the calf champion?
All the full leg.
I
I get most of the attention on my calves.
Okay.
Those are
Yeah.
Calfzilla,
Guys
they
of my
call me.
side, or my
Yeah.
thighs.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I love that.
But I was a full leg champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It was they had a
So-
just my legs were showing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I want
Just
no,
my
the
legs were
people wanna
showing.
know.
The people want to
wanna
know.
know.
There was in college, and it was a leg contest, and it was a sheet above your waist, so only your legs were showing. So I had short shorts on and red high top canvas Converse, and half of it was dancing and half of it was flexing. So I danced around with my crazy legs, and then I flexed, and I went home with the trophy.
Wow.
Mr.
okay.
Legs,
Mr.
University of
Legs.
Iowa.
I remember
Yes.
you mentioned
Yes.
that. Okay, Emily,
I do,
go
it's
ahead.
funny.
Okay, so
she was.
so we
want a
do
picture of that.
So our
yeah.
sports we are pretty
Yeah.
competitive in like a fun way, I think.
Yeah, we're competitive.
Yeah, so then after college, I got into sports. I worked for the Seattle Seahawks for a year, and then the Minnesota Vikings for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, now I've been here. This is my third season with the Chicago Bears, vice president of event strategy and hospitality. So that's pretty
Are you
fun.
the reason they're playing so well?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all of me. No, I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
But get to plan some really cool events, parties, and it's been awesome being here.
That's really
It's more
good.
fun when the Bears are winning than
I'm
compared to last
sure.
year when we met when the Bears were losing.
Well, do you mean because she's in a better mood?
No,
Or-
in general. I mean, it's just more.
Or you're in a better mood?
Now,
whole-
now he's a Bears
I'm
fan
back
again.
to being a big Bears fan. so
Yes,
it makes
right.
it
I think
makes it
all
very
of
fun.
Chicago is.
They said, I mean, I don't, I got a guy who works for me who is really into football. And he said, this is a lucky year for the Bear, but next year will be the year for the Bear.
Okay, I
Okay,
like
well,
that.
Oh,
okay.
the
I'm
ba-
not-
I love how he
this
calls
is
it
a-
the
The bear.
bear.
We laugh
laugh at
about
that.
him calling it the
Yeah.
bear.
The
There's
Bear.
a show
The
called
Bear.
The Bear.
The Bear? The Bear? What is
The Bears.
The Bears.
The
The
Bears.
Bears,
Bear.
The
plural,
Bears.
more than one bear.
The Bear.
Right.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Yes,
The
there you
Bears.
go.
Bears.
Bears.
The Bears.
Go
Bears.
You know
Go
what?
The
When I,
Bears.
went, when I went with Jordan, when the guys were in town, and we decided to go to the Bear game.
Yeah.
So we got some ticket, and I'm walking to the crowd and say, "Oh my God, those are not my people. Those are
Oh,
not my
there's
people."
everyone's people.
And then you
Oh,
saw
my
me.
And I saw
I
you,
love
and that
it.
everything was better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
walking through I didn't know the people were coming up and barbecues and. I mean,
Oh,
it
the
was
tailgates.
insane.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
not
that?
your.
What is that?
That's like
Tailgate?
it's a football culture. It's a
So, but
football
they
culture.
don't go
This is a
inside.
gap.
Yeah,
They don't
yes.
go-
This is the
they
gap.
don't go-
Yes, they have
don't
more
go
of a gap.
inside.
They
than we
do. They do.
But they don't
they-
go inside. They stay outside.
Well,
and
some-
Yeah,
a-
that's
a
the
small
fun.
percentage stays outside, but people get there early. They grill. They make it's a big party in the parking lots.
oh my
Called
God.
tailgating.
Tailgate.
Yeah.
Tailgate.
Read about it in your new research. Don't do
I
that.
don't
Yeah,
read
do some research.
I don't read much about sports.
Okay, well, but you could do a lot of research.
I like Super Bowl.
Yeah, there you go.
right.
Super Bowl.
He likes
Yeah.
when it's the big time.
big
The
party,
big
the big
time.
party.
I
You
do
like
too.
Oh yeah, we went. That's when I first met you. I think was at your Super Bowl
Your
party.
Super Bowl party.
Was that the
Yeah.
first time? Was
Yeah.
it?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Yeah,
that was the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
I did some questions,
Research.
I did some research too. Some
Okay.
rapid fire questions for you guys
Okay.
Wow,
to
okay.
end
Wow.
sometimes on this, and thought this might be fun. So, who said I love you first?
I don't know. Was it me?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Jordan.
I remember Jordan. I think I said it feels like love. Like we were together, and I go, this feels like love. Like I feel like I should say I love you, right? And something like
Yeah,
that.
because then he said it like that, and I said, "Are you saying you love me?"
Right.
Is that
I
what-
got. I
really?
like kind of pulled it out of
Wanted to
him.
make because I said
Are you
like
saying
this
that?
really feels like love.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
did you say it right after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had been thinking it, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I'm not going to say it
Wonderful.
first. I'm not.
And then once the barn door was open, the cows were out.
He
they
like
were
told his daughters, like, I just want to let you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah,
in
'cause I
case
went
you
to my
hear us
daughters.
say it.
So
Yeah,
every
I
morning,
you,
prepped
boo.
my
Love you.
daughters. Yeah.
So cute.
every morning say, I love you, I love you.
I love
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did not go to the Mel, was it Mel Owens? Is that his last
Yeah,
name?
Mel Owen.
School of communication where he says, I like you.
Yeah. I like you a lot.
I like the
you a
chair.
lot.
I like you.
I love Lamb.
Yeah.
I love
No,
lamb.
that's mean. I mean, I think he just didn't, what he has said
You know,
is
I mean,
he
we-
didn't want
we
to
Does
throw
he,
it
he
out.
does he
was-
say?
he was-
Does he say love now?
No,
to her?
no,
don't know.
we said he was guarded. I mean, I think, you know, again, we've talked about in
Yes.
the previous past, I mean, he's just got divorced, okay?
Yeah.
And all
I
of
thought
a
it's been
sudden
a
you
few
send
years,
him in
no?
yeah, 2 years. And
years,
his
yeah.
wife got remarried before he got on the show. So
With a woman.
to a woman. So it's like he's
he was-
feeling. I mean, I could feel what he
Yeah.
feel, and him said, "I love you." I mean, he's still recouping from the
Yeah.
loss.
2 years
It's
is nothing,
25
really.
years. So I just think we got to give him a little credit on that. But from what I see on social media,
Yeah, it looks like they
definitely
may be saying it now. I don't know. We'll have to ask them when they come
Yeah,
on.
Are they going to come on?
We are hoping
are
they
trying.
are.
I mean,
We're
begging.
trying.
They
to
need
have them
they
on.
need
Peggy wants to
permission.
come up,
Yes.
but they have to.
They need permission from the network.
Yeah, they'll get it.
See, maybe
We-
they'd
I
be
mean, we
nice
said
to
it-
us.
It was in June.
So when was
So
that?
we
Midway,
from November to
6?
June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So June.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, we
I'm
weren't
really
they
bad
weren't
at
just
math.
dropping
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, you were not.
No, like on the
dropping
show,
it.
they want it in 2 weeks. They're
Yes.
like, "Are you in love?" I'm like,
Right.
"No, I'm not in
Yeah.
love."
What is
Right?
your love? You were talking about before love language. What is your love language, Emily?
Well, he thinks mine's words of affirmation, which I also agree
Yeah.
with. But I think because he's so like his acts of service are like so I feel so much
Right,
love.
cooking dinner.
So I'm like, that has
Yeah.
to be one
Like,
of mine
take
is
care of
acts of
her,
service.
you
Like
know,
he's
in those
always
ways.
doing sweet things, and I'm like, I love this.
Yeah, That's
And we physical touch probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you
I know.
did
I
it?
always joke. I'm all of them.
I know.
Right. I mean, I'm all of them. but-
Gifts.
kind
I
of-
like the gifts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you, Jordan, what is you would have?
I think quality time for me is the best. I like when we spend great time together. We laugh and we just do nothing and just kind of hang out. That's the best thing.
We
That's
laugh
the
a
best
lot.
feeling. We laugh a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a goofy guy. I don't know if that even shows up here, but we laugh. We have a great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I like to make other people happy. And it's just it's a fun time.
Yeah.
What is your favorite show right now?
We just watched,
Golden Bachelor?
no. We just watched, what is it called?
Project Runway.
Project Runway.
Is
She
it
got
back?
me into it. I loved
It's
it.
back.
Okay,
Really
with Heidi
good.
and the
Yes.
whole.
Yeah, it's a very
not Tim
good
Gunn.
season.
No,
Gunn
no.
back? Okay.
Christian Sarah.
Very good season.
okay,
It was
I'll have
really
to watch it.
entertaining. You should watch it.
Yeah,
It's a
you would
fashion-
like that.
Good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It's
a
about
very
fashion, am I right?
all
Yeah.
fashion, really good. These designers, they whip up these clothes in
Yeah.
a day.
No, it is
Crazy,
very cool.
very fun.
Okay, all right.
And there was
so
good
that's what you're
drama
gonna go with?
involved in
That's
there.
what you're
We
gonna
just
go with?
finished
I'll
it
go with
last
that. We
night.
just finished
surprised
it.
he's not top chef.
I do like. I mean, I was always a big fan of the cooking shows. You know, I
think we
love.
should go
I
on
love
one.
Chopped.
That would be fun.
We wanted to do because my brothers are also really good cooks. I want to do like a family Chopped, where we all just get a little basket.
such a
We
cute
all have to create.
When my girls were little, we've done things like
Of
that.
Chopped, yeah.
Yeah, like a
Cool.
little thing. That's
My brothers are all like to have. They're all really good cooks. You know, they like to think I'm beneath them, but I probably am. But
Yeah.
but I'm still
He's
good
good.
in my
He's
own
really
right.
good.
in my
But
own
what's
right.
fun about Chopped is that you just get that basket and
Basket
you
and
have to
you
make
just
what's
go
in
after
that.
it,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay. Who plans better dates?
I think I don't know. I would say me, but maybe not.
What's a good date you've planned?
The Nova Festival? The Nova
We did
Festival?
that. No, when our first real date was a ping pong.
Oh yeah.
We went on a ping pong date
Okay.
because I'm confident in ping pong. So I was like, I'm going to show her how confident I am. So we went to the ping pong date. And what's funny about that, Emily, she was an athlete and she throws game at me. She's like, I'll kick your ass in ping pong. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm kind of good. She's like, I'm going to beat you. I'm like, okay. So then we go play ping pong. And, no offense to Emily, she's not that great in ping pong.
I was so bad.
I thought she was going to be because
I
she's
thought-
talking a
I
lot of
thought I
smack.
was
I'm
gonna
like,
be good.
telling you I can
because
play.
She's a sporty.
yeah. I
Yes.
was like, I could do
And I'm
this.
like, okay,
Hand
well,
sports
she's not
is-
good.
yeah.
But the funny part about that story was we sat and got a table, and then a couple next to us also, their table's there, but the food part, you're sitting next to them. They came over and they started making friends with us, really telling us involved in their life and their story. And we go back to playing. They're ordering food. We're ordering food. They leave, and then our bill comes, and it's my first date with her. And I look at the bill. I'm like, the bill is not really. It's way higher than it should
They
be.
left and didn't pay the bill.
They put their food on our bill
And drinks.
and drinks. So it's our first date. I'm like, it's awkward to go like, oh, but let me check the bill. I don't know her that well. So I said, this bill is wrong for sure.
Oh, yeah.
They hustled us.
They hustled us. So we
think
called
that-
these
Yeah.
on our first date.
Crazy.
Yeah. So luckily we called the manager. I go, this is their food. We don't know
Nice.
them.
And did they honor
Yeah,
it?
they honored it. They let
Oh my
us.
God,
Yeah.
that's
But it's
crazy.
just it's funny. Yeah.
What place do you go play
That
ping
place
pong?
was Spin in Chicago.
And okay. Could
Wasn't
you
it
see
Spain?
Pascal going on
Oh, no,
a
that was
ping-pong
Ace
date?
Bound.
Would you do a
Ace
ping pong date? No.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
take them to the Art Institute and watch an exhibition of Pablo Picasso.
Like
or,
that.
No, I like.
We
We,
like
love
art.
that too.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do it all.
I'm more cultural than the games
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do a lot of movies, but
Yeah.
we've been married a long
We
time.
went to Wick.
Yeah. We saw
Who
movies.
is more stubborn?
Oh, you're gonna say me, I think.
I could be. I think we both could be stubborn.
Yeah.
More stubborn, might be you.
Might be me.
Yeah, it might be
Okay,
her.
that's a good. Who's the better gift giver?
Oh, me for sure.
Definitely her.
What's
yeah.
the best
Yeah.
gift that you've given him?
What's the best gift? Well, last week or a couple days ago, he was like, I don't have any good shoes to wear to go work out. And I was like, fine, you can open your present that I already got
Yeah,
you.
you got me
I
a
So I got him
cool
some
pair-
sneakers and I have to
cool
find
pair of
something else
sneakers.
to wrap up.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, other than that,
Yeah.
little trinkets. I got her a little. Yeah, I'm not the best gift giver. It's never been my forte.
Okay. Well, maybe you have some
Yeah,
good
she'll
gifts
work
in
on
your
me.
future.
Yeah, he has
I would
Maybe.
assume.
Okay, so work on it, Jordan.
I
I know,
know.
that's
All
gonna
right.
make
Last
me
question:
worry.
who would survive longer on a reality show?
Oh, for sure him.
Why?
Well,
Because you've done it and you know
yeah,
what you're
but
doing.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like Survivor or something. You probably.
Oh, I could do
She's
Survivor.
you might be.
I was on
sometimes-
House Hunters.
Yeah, she was on
Oh,
House
were
Hunters.
you?
Yes.
okay.
In 2012.
That's
I bought a
fun.
condo and yeah, it was like a third. I told them, I was like, I also was on reality.
Right.
She's
I
also
love
a reality
that. How
TV
On a
star.
23-minute episode.
How long did that take to come out? When did you?
I
Share
probably
that
told them the first
tidbit?
day.
Yeah, I think you
love
did.
that. I
But she
love
told me, don't watch it.
Yeah,
Like, don't
it's
watch it.
bad. It's pretty
that.
embarrassing.
This is so great. So, what are your plans for the holidays?
Well, we're gonna have a little Hanukkah party, maybe, and a little Christmas.
Sunday. Sunday's the first
Yeah,
one.
Sunday with my girl. Just some. I'll cook a little dinner.
Yes.
Nothing too exciting. And then
And
we're
then
gonna
we're-
go to Emily's for Christmas. I'm gonna do my first Christmas with Emily,
Yeah, he's driving to Minnesota.
Right.
Minnesota.
With,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The family.
Really
He's met
fun.
most of the family.
Yeah.
He'll meet some extended.
But you've already met the father, I believe.
Yeah, I met her father and I met her mother,
Sister, niece.
sister, niece. Yeah, I met a lot of them.
How were you accepted to the family? Did the father welcome you? or,
He was great. I would call us good buddies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I did tell her after we met, and she's like, "No, my dad really likes you." I'm like, "He might, but he's also got to be thinking,
It
what
took him some
what
time.
is you
Yeah.
what is my daughter doing?"
But you
with
know
this
what,
guy?
Jordan, to be honest with you, you don't look your age at
I know,
all.
but I'm saying,
How old is your
I am a father of daughters, so
74.
Yeah.
I, if my daughter brought me home, it's hard to know. So I'm just saying
If
now
your
that he
daughter
gets to know me
bring
for a year, it's probably better
If
than
your
when we
daughter
first met.
bring a 65 years old home, what would you
First of all, I'm only
first of all,
62.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm only
And
62.
his daughters are all
only
younger
Wait,
than
he's
him.
only 62. Don't
Yeah, I
worry.
know.
I'm only
Yeah.
62.
I love
Yeah.
you. I love to
I'm only
joke around with
62,
you.
and my daughters are all younger, and they're all hooked up already. So sorry,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, one's getting married soon, am I right?
No, not soon. They're
engaged.
Allie and Jamie are engaged.
She's getting engaged in
Leah's
Toronto, I
married.
believe. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have 3?
Three girls. Those are they're my and everything. They love Emily, and that would be a big issue if that didn't work. And I said we went out, and this was strange. Right after we met, like I said, my daughter's in town. Do you want to meet us? So we were out. It's Thanksgiving. We've only been dating a week
5
or
days,
something.
yeah.
And she even said to me, she goes, all your dates meet your kids? I'm like, no, they don't. That's why we knew right away that something was a little different here.
Yeah,
right?
and then you met my sister and niece like the next
the next
day,
week, yeah,
or
the next day, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was,
But
we
you know
were on
what?
a
When
fast
you
track.
feel natural,
Yeah.
it is. When I realized that when you don't have to work so hard in a relationship and you feel home, that's true love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was
it's easy to work out things.
thinking about it now, the first weekend, I'm having dinner with my kids. You want to meet me? Be like, what? No, it'd be like a huge
The
red
first
flag.
date you did, we were playing ping pong, and you were like, Jamie and DJ might stop by, and I was like,
What?
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Right.
So
He
it's
wanted to
it was-
introduce you.
It was just different,
Yeah.
I guess. It was just felt different.
Oh, I love it. We've, you've given hope to a lot of people. I think what else have we learned? We've learned that, age.
Age is a number.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
so
it doesn't really
cliche
matter.
to say, but I guess it really works. And that the age gap there are other gaps that are probably more
Yeah, we've
important.
noticed
than
between these two.
Rolled out
as
today,
we've learned
right.
today.
What?
There are other gaps that are more
There
important.
are other gaps.
Yeah,
than
I
age,
agree.
right?
I agree.
So, but no, we're so happy to meet you, Emily, and that you guys are going strong and together. And
1 year anniversary.
right?
1 year.
And
yeah,
how does it
1
feel
year,
to see your
1
friends
year from
so
our first
happy?
meet.
I am very happy.
Yeah,
When,
on his
when
journey.
Jordan told me that he met someone and I had the chance to meet Emily, I said, you don't fuck it up.
Yeah, he
Right.
does.
I
He
said,
tells
don't
me
fuck
that
it
a
up.
lot. Don't fuck it
Don't
up.
fuck it up. You get something good in here.
Yeah,
you
she's
stick
great.
with
And
it,
I'll do
walk
my
with
best
it.
to not fuck it up.
And then, I had the
Same.
chance to go with them for dinner a few times,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy your company. You're pleasant, and it's nice to see you happy.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it. And I wish, obviously, the same for you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
well,
I am
still
happy.
happy. You are happy.
I'm still in the market, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
if
you know.
you tell me, then you get a
Yes.
friend who
Right.
knows who's
and who knows how to cut steak.
Yeah,
Yes.
Into small bites.
a small bite.
Right.
Don't
Yes.
choke on it.
That's
Okay.
right. He usually orders fish, though.
He does.
No, I've always got my eye and ears open for you. You
Oh,
know that.
all right,
Okay,
good,
good.
good. All right. Well, this has been terrific. Thank you for sitting down with us in my hometown, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe,
And comment and let us know what you want to hear.
Comments. Only good comments.
Yeah.
No. We could take the
We could
We could
take
take the heat.
everything.
what we could improve on what we're doing.
Positive.
Positive.
We're about positivity. All right. Thanks.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.